Alright, what's up? Today I'm going to teach you how to take off the gearbox of your Skyline r33 gtst manual, not automatic. So step number one, take off your shifter. Alright, so when you're here, take that shit off. And at the back of here you got two screws. Take them out and then it should pop out just like this. After that, now we got this shifter boot. These bolts, take out these bolts. So take these motherfuckers off. Alright, so shift the boot off and make sure when you put it back to put this back if that was connected like that. I don't know. Yo, that was a bit sus, my guy. And so here, if you have one of these, I don't know what yours looks like. You have to take this off. Okay, so that's done. Take that motherfucker off. Keep it around here. Now, you got Allen keys. That's for my short shifter, so I'll take that off real quick. Do that to all four. Alright, sweet. So, now with your trusty mallet or whatever the fuck you want to call it, you kind of just bash the cunt like... You can also get like one of these. Oh yeah. Screwdriver. Because people need to know that. Alright, here. That's off. Off. Keep that somewhere where you know
not damaged at all.
Find out. And then take out your shifter. Now we're ready to start. Alright, so we're under the car. The bolts we have is one of these. Right there. 2, 3, 4. You got 5. And then we got one at the very top. I'll show you how to get that one. Got these for the slave cylinder. Another one for the gearbox. One here on the alternator, and on the other side of the alternator there is another bolt, a long one like this. I'll show you how to take it off. So I'm going to take off the oil because the tail shaft has to come out. If I pull out the tail shaft, it'll start leaking oil. So we're going to take off the oil here. So right here, using a 1/2 inch breaker bar, you can get that shit open from here. So this is for the gearbox oil to come out, and it's going to get pretty messy. Take off the gearbox oil.
Yeah.
Jesus. Pretty much done. Beautiful. Alright. Okay, so now tail shaft has to come. Depending on what exhaust you got and if it clears. Mine kind of clears, but kind of not at the same time. So the bolts you want to take out, 1, 2, 3, and 4 on top there. So that's for the back of the tail shaft. You gotta get that one, and that one, the bracket. And you gotta get that and that. That actually holds the tail shaft, and it'll just slide out of the gearbox. Alright, so this is what we're using. Size 14 wrenches. One long one. Try to get one long one. If you can't afford the whole set, just get one long one of the size that you need. Actually, you don't have to hold it. You can just do it like this. Alright, but you understand the jizz.
Need groans.
Also, make sure not to lose shit. You kind of go do this. Put them on. It's size 12. Yeah? You're going to break that one, and that one. That's the bracket that holds the tail shaft. Take these ones off. And be careful, because that thing will drop. This will fall on your head, so just be careful. One film here, one bolt in, just to hold it from falling on my head.
Yeah.
Alright, just like that. So yep. There you go. And that's the hole held by here, here, and here. Here. Okay? Alright, and also always put them on just so you don't lose shit. So they're on just like that. Now, with size 14, we're going to take these two brackets that actually holds the tail shaft in. Alright. Now, to get this one behind there is a bit of a cunt, especially if you got the exhaust in the way. So what you can do to get to that is over here. You take this one and this one off and move the exhaust out the way. So I'll do that. I'm taking off my exhaust. And okay, bye. So the reason why I'm taking off the exhaust, so now I can move this out the way and get the bolt right there, because you gotta do that. Now, we're going to go in there, just like this, like this, and then just take it off. Coming off, and that shit is going to drop, so just be careful. Okay, off, should be sweet. Make sure you have that bolt. That bolt will save your life. This part will actually drop, so everything is disconnected, and now we can take it off. So, but as soon as you take off that bolt and these are taken off, it will drop. So you gotta be ready. And the tail shaft is free. Kind of gonna hang like that, like a big black. I didn't drop any oil. I'll put this in there just for safety. The big donk. The big shumalong. Always remember the bolts. Put them back on. So the exhaust kind of like, you know, just so it holds. So now 1, 2, 3, 4 using 12, and these two will be 13. So you can see 13, and then on top 12. So break all of these and take these two metal brackets off. So it's a bit funny and tricky to get it out. You kind of have to pull it, and then just pull it. You kind of have to force it a bit, or just wiggle it really till you can get it off, like that. And then just wiggle it out or something.
Rotate it. Oh, wait.
Just pull it off like this and like that. Now always, like I said,
Back on.
put the fucking bolts, yeah? You don't want to be looking for these motherfuckers. So now we're going to use one of these. Right now we're going to take off the slave cylinder. So just crack these bolts. Gonna be a good little slave. I mean, shit. This is the slave cylinder. That's not like this. All right. So make sure it doesn't kink up the slave, and you don't have to actually bleed it, so it's fine. All right, so now we're gonna take off these bolts, all of these. Try to do this shit with a breaker bar. Will make your life way easier, and not a little wrench. Get yourself a breaker bar, man. You're gonna make your life so much better and easier. Yep. Come on this side. From here. This one you're going to need a 14mm. Same thing. On the other side, to hold it, you actually have to do this one to hold it. You have to get one like this and just break it. Don't break it, you understand what I mean. Another one up here. Another one right there. Get that one too. Sweet.
There we go.
There's another one here. Film it somehow.
Up there.
Right there. So I'll break that in a second.
What's the phone?
No. Now you've broken this one. This is one of the hardest bolt to get to. It's this bolt right here, and this bolt is on the complete other side of this alternator. If you put your finger, or if you can get your hand in there, it'll be right on the other side right here. We'll try to get a video of it. So get extensions. You need a lot of extensions here. Get an extension like this, and you can measure how much you need to actually go over the top of the alternator. So measure it kind of like from this angle right here, and you kind of make your way up to the top of the alternator. After that, you need to create something like this. And make sure everything's properly popped in. And this is what you gotta do. So kind of like enter from the bottom, make this shit straight like this, and then just crack it from under. People try to go from the top, people try to do some weird shit from over here, but this is the easiest way and the way that's worked for me, which is this way. So again, you can have a mate over here, have their hands on top of there, and they can guide it to the hole while you make your way, your metal bar coming from under and next to the oil pan, angled to the top of the alternator, and have your mate's hand. You understand. The hardest bolt is to get this alternator bolt, and once you get it loose, the alternator will kind of hang like that. Alright, the alternator is out. So everything's done here. That side is done. These are all done. Okay, now we gotta do the top bolt, which people think it's hard, but it's really not. Now what we gotta do is actually, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Gearbox will start hanging. Be careful not to actually drop the gearbox because you got connectors here. So that's the speed sensors and a bunch of other sensors up there. So we'll drop it a little bit till it like kind of hangs. And it shouldn't, don't drop it too hard. It shouldn't fully fall out because there's a top bolt holding. But for safety, I will have the jack under just to keep it safe. Here, I'm gonna bring the jack. I'll just put it under here. Obviously you can have a mate with you under if you're doing this shit on the floor. But yeah, I have a jack, so I'm going to use it. So here, we're going to break these bolts. Please be careful with these bolts, just cause, yes, just be careful with them. That's all I gotta say. You don't want to strip them. Hold the gearbox. Don't worry about the gearbox falling on my head.
Bonk.
Boink. Alright. We're just going to take off the whole bracket just to make it easier for us. Let's take off this bracket. We need a size 12. Alright. That one right there. Take the motherfucker off. As we know. And we know. Put the bolts back on the motherfucker. This isn't being held by anything. So as you can see, this is free, right? The only thing holding is this jack. So what we're going to do is slowly release it. And when I say slowly, I mean slowly. So I'll slowly lower it. As you can see. Now that it's lowered, as you can see, it's got a lot of space. Here, we got the schlong.
Yeah, man.
The schlong dome.
Oh my god, there's milk coming out.
And the schlong dome, you get the 14 mil.
Wherever the hell he's put it.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
This is the 14.
This shit, you want to get it on the top of the gearbox. So wherever the top bolt's right there. So you kind of guide it. This is the monstrosity that we created. And it goes all the way to a swivel. And the bolt. Put that on there. And you know that it's on the bolt. If you want, and if you're scared that it's gonna hop off, just get one of your mates to hold the top bolt. Alright, and when it's out, and that is out. Right. All the gearbox fault are here. So now you also got access to your sensors, right? So you want to disconnect them. So I'll quickly do that. So this is your speed sensor. You just need a screwdriver. These can actually come out like this, which I won't break them. Beautiful. Speed sensor can come out like this. Ka-chow. Alright. Speed sensor out. I don't know what yours look like. I think these would be like a clip or something, but I think the other mechanics fucking broke it. But yours would have clips, you just pull it off. Just leave it on it. So I just wanted to show you how to take it off, right? Second is this top clip right here. So again, it's in, just press that in. The top part here of the actual connector. So this is the connector, press that in, out it comes. It's a bit of a cunt, like if you don't know, you're like trying to, but it doesn't do anything. This one, I showed you how to do that. And this one, here, so we're here. Now, don't push, don't try to push, don't try to pull. all you gotta do is actually go your toenail under this and fingernail, same shit. I don't know what's the difference. You flick it up and you pull it apart. You flick this part up like this with your thumb and it actually just pulls apart. Super easy. So now the gearbox is ready to wiggle up. The gearbox ready to come off.
Oh, loose.
You can kind of like wiggle it. Push it that way and here she is. Make sure she's clearing. Drop it.
Wait, what? Go.
She's out. Yep. She's out. Completely. As you can see, over there. Gearbox is
out
out though.